I'm over here at Lake Champlain. I'm going to be a camera boat for the next 4 days. I'm really kind of psyched about it. I'm really curious what I'm going to learn this year, what I'm going to pick up on the water. Right now I'm waiting on my cameraman to come over to the ramp. Boat's driving by, so he should be here any time now. So now we're on the leader here. Fortunately, my photographer has access to all the top competitors. This is our eventual leader, but I'm looking at these guys and I'm thinking, well, what's really going to be different this year? One thing you might notice is that I'm giving you a little bit different perspective here. What you saw in the live coverage, you got to see from the boat perspective. Okay, I've got a distance where I'm looking at the anglers from anywhere from 10 to a couple hundred feet away. You see the water's pretty rough. But you know something, watching the way these guys are going, it reminds me of something. Just can't put my finger on it quite yet. So I'm just trying to figure that out. And one of the first things I noticed this year was that everybody was really using the live system a lot more so. Everybody seemed to be running the trolling motor on high. They were just running around, basically looking, lots of looking, continuously looking. And finally, eventually, they find something, but basically they're stressing their equipment out quite a bit, flipping back and forth. But what I finally figured out, they look like ducks to me. You know how the ducks waddle? That's exactly how these guys are watching the water. If you watch them going back and forth, they were doing this all day, 4 days in a row. Personally, I couldn't do that. The thing is these guys are in great shape. You've got to be in great shape. I mean, look at the water conditions. A lot of these guys didn't use a seat pedestal. I used a seat pedestal to try to stay in the boat. I would have knocked myself out several times. So what I want to try to do is figure out how I can actually do effective fishing like that, but while really trying not to stress my boat, because I have to pay for all my equipment. I'm also not in that great a shape, and really what I want to do is to figure out what kind of equipment or what can I do to make it work for me. Well, I got my live scanner running right now. And I've got it on the 300 degree, which basically the true scan sweep. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to locate this school of perch. And the way we're going to do it, I'm going to look at my graph here. As I'm scanning around, there's usually about 3 or 4 big giant schools of perch sitting right down here. And so let's try to move over and find them. Okay. So as we're going, you can see sweeping. I don't have to do my live waddle. I just sort of run around and I can scan for them as I'm driving. I'm not stressing my trolling motor any. It's just doing the scan for me. Now let's see if we can find these suckers. They were here the other day. We haven't been here in a couple days because I've been playing with smallmouth. But let's see what we can find. And that groaning you hear is because I nicked my prop, so it makes a lot of noise. Okay, so we're up in 23 here. So what we need to do is go back out on a 30-foot region and see if we can find these guys. Usually they're around here. The nice thing is I don't have to drive around like a maniac trying to find these guys. I just drive normal speeds, and I'm not ripping the trolling motor back and forth, basically doing what I call a live waddle. And let's see if we can find these guys. I just saw them briefly. There they are. See them to the right? So now all to do is drive the boat over near that way, and I think I found our school of perch. So we'll wait for this thing to sweep back over. See, there they are on the screen. Okay. So now I know where they are. They're basically in this region. So let me stop the foot pedal. Now we're going to move the live scanner over to point to them, and I just went by them, and there we go. There's our school of perch. I'm going to put this trolling motor on spot lock or anchor mode, and now I can maintain my position on those perch. So we're going to slightly do a little of adjustment here and move it back, and there they are. Okay, so according to the marker there, and according to our transducer down in the water, hopefully you can see that. You can see they're right out that way, approximately 60 feet. So let me grab a rod and see if I can catch a couple. Let's see. So after all that, now I've got my drop shot rod. You can see we're still looking at the school of fish. Perch, I'm pretty sure they're perch. It's basically what holds in this area. So we can see that. Hopefully you can see the screen pretty good. There you go. And let me make a couple casts so there, see if I can get one for you. Hey. Well, it's not a monster, obviously, but you can see, basically use my electronics and the live scanner pole to bring in this little munchkin guy. I mean, that's just baby. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. Hopefully you can. Just a little guy. There's some bigger ones out here. The other day we were catching some probably 12 inchers, which is pretty good. Well, I hope you can see that we found an alternate way of doing the live waddle here. We're using our equipment. Basically, we're using a pole-mounted system for our live system, basically the active target components. And it lets us drive the boat normally without stressing the trolling motor up, breaking things, and without beating our body up too bad. But we can still be almost or actually as effective as the lead anglers that we showed you earlier. The nice thing about the live scanner, you can variable the speed. If you're going faster, you can obviously change your sweep speed up. I didn't show that. It's just, I set it generally about medium speed, and everything works pretty good. Unfortunately, the little perch guys weren't really cooperating a whole lot today, but you know, it's still a lot of fun. It was obviously a wee bit on the chilly side. I had, like I say, 6 layers on. Pretty chilly out there. I have my Sims equipment, which really helps a lot. So so I hope you guys learned a little bit and see the technique up close and personal, something you probably didn't see on the elite coverage, but from a different perspective of on the water beside the boats, watching them, you can see how they caught fish and how you can do it by using the proper equipment. So I appreciate you guys watching this. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a like on that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really, truly appreciate your subscription. Thank you. Bye.